Hello everyone, I hope you're well. I can't believe it's been nearly a week since I've recorded a video. I almost didn't do one. I mentioned yesterday that I had a splitting headache, wasn't feeling right, and it's no different tonight really, but I messaged Kevin from the Chapman family and said that I don't really know what to do when kind of, things haven't really happened, nothing's really been going on, and I don't want to just moan about having a headache, and that's pretty much what I said on Twitter. I don't want to just sit there and go, oh, I've got a headache, and I said, honestly, I've not really done very much except failed, and I've been a pain in my own backside all weekend. And he said, well, do a video about that. And I kind of thought to myself, well, what does that mean? That's terrible advice, do a video about being a pain in my own backside. And then I was pondering it, and was sat on the sofa with the family, and I went to put my Xbox controller on charge, and as I bent down to put it on charge under the table, smacked my head against the corner of the table, spent a few minutes feeling sorry for myself because I'm surprised I haven't got a dent here. I properly headbutted. It's not even bruised. I think I might be indestructible, but I felt a little bit kind of, sorry for myself, and then I thought, I am just an idiot, and I probably can do a video about what an idiot I am, because since maybe Friday, I've just been in the weirdest kind of, I don't know, I want to say it feels like it's a migraine-y type thing, but I think I'm just in a weird mood. I had quite a nice weekend, actually, and it's not all about me shooting myself in the foot, because, we went down to visit my family in Essex, and I basically got there. I was really, like, if my parents are watching, I'm sorry for how rude I am, basically, but I arrived, ate their food for lunch, and then went, right, I'm off out, see ya, left Claire and the kids with them while I drove around Grays, where I'm from, near Lakeside Shopping Centre, with my friend Calvin. Him and I literally we must have got about 15 miles under our belts just driving around Grays, which is quite a small town, just doing Pokemon raids, catching Pokemon, chatting about Pokemon, just generally hanging out. It was really nice. We failed miserably, mainly because I do shoot myself in the foot. I hadn't prepared Ollie's account very well, so we didn't fail often. We beat all the there was like Rayquaza raids on, and we beat all of them. But when we tried to do a slightly harder raid, we kept failing it because I hadn't put any prep into Ollie's account. I realised Ollie's account is massively under-specced. I realised as well when I got home that he's got like 120 dead Pokemon that need healing, and he has no revives. So I've made a rod for my own back there, massacring his account, and I need to go and repair it with some sort of grind. But that was all fun. But we had a good time. We had a great time there. And then I went and picked up Claire after about 3 o'clock when we finished our grind, and we played Thanos Rising in the pub, which I think I mentioned before on here. If I didn't, I mentioned it on the podcast. Is a Avengers Infinity War board game, and it is fantastic. We failed to beat Thanos again. I don't think I've ever beaten him, so I think again that's probably me being the weak link there, because they're beating him without me. But we had great fun with that. And then everyone went their separate ways briefly. So me and Claire, we went for dinner. We bought fish and, well, not fish and chips. We didn't have fish because we don't eat meat. Poured vinegar all over him. Claire even said, that's a lot of vinegar. And I'm like, can't have too much vinegar. There's no such thing, Claire. And then I suggested we eat them there and then. And she said, no, let's go sit in the car. It's been 4 days and my car still stinks of vinegar. I hate getting in it at the moment. It reeks of vinegar. I've wiped everything. I think it's just in the air. I drove down the road today at 70 miles an hour with all the windows open, and it still smelled of vinegar when I got in it again to go and do Pokemoning tonight. I don't know how to fix that. I've wiped everything. I can't find out where that's coming from. I think it's just burned into the room that is my car. And I guess it'll just go in time. I need to buy another air freshener maybe. I think I'm going to buy some sort of Febreze bomb and put it in there and see how it goes. Once we'd eaten and ruined my car, we went to this quiz, the reason we were down there for a quiz night. My mate's sister was running to raise money for the air ambulance because his dad had a basically a heart attack earlier in the year, last year, sorry, and the air ambulance had been major in saving him. So we raised some money. I think they raised £1,500 in the end, which was awesome. But so we did the quiz night. And I was dressed in this t-shirt, funnily enough, and a jacket around it. And the whole night, I kept going out. It was the windiest, rainiest, coldest night imaginable. But we were in this room and I was sweltering. And I kept going outside. Because I, in my head, had convinced myself that there was a stain on it that I hadn't noticed. I'd seen there's some mark on it. I thought, oh no. So I left this jacket on all night. And I was just sweltering. I was sat there, everyone's chatting away, and I'm thinking I need to go outside. So every 10, 15 minutes. I'd go stand outside for like 45 seconds, you know, until I just couldn't handle the cold anymore, and then I'd go back in. And then at one point my mate said to me, why don't you just take your jacket off? You're being really odd. Why don't you just take it off? And I just went, I don't want to do that. And then I went outside and I thought, how bad is this stain? I looked down, there was no stain there. It must have been a shadow or something. I felt like I'm looking at it now and I can see the shadow of my hand on it, and that must be what it was. Something really dense like that. And so, yeah, I took it off and everyone was like, why didn't you do that an hour ago? I don't know. We won the quiz though, which is glorious. Through very little effort on my part, I managed to identify that the theme tune we thought was Funhouse was actually Art Attack. I managed to identify Band of Brothers. But other than that, my mate Biggs basically smashed it on every other question. Him and my friend John was, well, and all of us, we had my friend Lydia and Claire on the team. And Claire will admit that she didn't know many, or the ones she did know, we all kind of knew. So she said herself she felt a little bit awkward, but I was just the same. I probably knew 3 that were useful. Lydia, John and Biggs smashed it out of the park. They were amazing. We ended up winning 10 bottles of wine, but Lydia's pregnant, so I ended up with 4 bottles of wine to my name, and left some for Lydia's partner and my friend John. Claire and I ended up going back to my mum's. I hadn't drank because I was driving, and thought, do you know what? It's only 11. I'll drink at my mum's. She's got a bottomless supply of alcohol. It'll be great. I must have only had about 3, and I woke up the next day with a roaring hangover. I was absolutely gutted. I couldn't believe how hungover I was, based on the fact that I'd had a beer, a gin, and maybe another beer. I can't even remember what I'd had. I felt ridiculous. And again, I was like, how stupid am I? My mum was a legend though, because I mentioned to her that night that we hadn't had a chance to see Captain Marvel yet, and I didn't know when we were going to see it. She said, why don't you go see it in the morning? Like, I'll watch the kids go in the morning. So being rude again, I got up, I had breakfast, I went straight out the door to the cinema. I said, see you later, Mum. And we went and saw Captain Marvel. It was awesome down there though. I mean, Lakeside, where we saw it, the cinema has £5 a ticket for all films. So Claire and I saw this film for a tenner, which it would have cost that for a ticket at our cinema, and our cinema's horrible. So I stupidly bought a massive drink and a load of food. I ate all the food before the film even started, because again, I'm a monster, and then needed the toilet for the entire film because I drank my drink really quickly as well. And I thought, when will I learn? I'm a 33-year-old man. I was in agony for the last hour of the film because I just really needed to loo and didn't know when to get up. I said to Claire, when Endgame comes out, Avengers Endgame, I'm just not going to drink. I don't think I'll drink that day. I'll probably pass out from dehydration or something stupid. I mean, the trick might just be to not touch the drink for the first hour and a half of the film and then drink myself stupid with it at the end. But, oh, I was so uncomfortable. And for some reason, it might have been because I felt slightly hungover and maybe didn't sleep as well as I thought. But every time there's a fight scene, I fell asleep. And I said to Claire, this isn't boring. It's not the film being boring. It's not me not enjoying. I thought the film was fantastic. It was a great film. But every time they were fighting, I was like, because, well, maybe just my eyes shut a little bit. But towards the end, I was really struggling, comfortable in a dark room full of Pepsi Max, whatever it was, Coke Zero. I couldn't keep my eyes open. The darkness was doing it. So again, I need to see Avengers Endgame at a certain point of the day where I won't be snoozing and fighting my own stupid eyes and stupid bladder to get through a film. I think I was just anxious because, again, in the quiz, actually, I kept going then. And I don't mean to tell everyone about my toilet habits, but I just kept needing to go to the toilet. I think it was just the fact that I didn't want to let anyone down on the team. I was worried about feeling hot. I was all over the place. I was a right silly mess. So, I mean, I had to drive back Sunday afternoon feeling really weird, and that was an odd experience. I felt really spaced out. I thought I was coming down with something. Ollie was the same. He was coming down with something a little bit, and I felt really spaced out. And I drove most of the way thinking I shouldn't be. I don't really want to be driving, but Claire wasn't feeling great either. We had to obviously get back. We stopped at a service station, and I went and got everyone food and drink. Got some coffee, which really helped me perk up a bit. But I'm so confused because I was walking back to the car, and this car pulled up. This bloke's lifted it, you know, giving me a thumbs up. I've just looked at him like, what? I thought it was sarcastic at first, and I'm getting ready to, you know, be confronted and confront him back. And he just sort of waved and then gave me another thumbs up. And he was like, and he gave me, he lifted his other hand. I can't do that because I'm holding the camera, but gave me 2 thumbs up. And then he just sort of waved again and then drove off. And I'm stood there thinking, why? Who is this person? What is he doing? Why is he doing this? And I honestly can't tell whether I helped him in the shop and forgot, whether I did something that I didn't realise I'd done, whether I spoke to him. I honestly couldn't tell you what had happened in there. I'm so spaced out. Got back in the car, so drove home. It was all fine. Yesterday, I was just zombified again. That's why I didn't record. I was a big old zombie. And it's funny because, like I mentioned at the start, I said to Kev, I want to do videos that are good, that are fun, that are exciting, whatever. And it's like, when nothing goes on at all, it's such a weird feeling to be like, well, I want to do something. I want to talk about something. But I think I just block myself. I didn't do much writing over the time I was away. When I got home, I was trying to rattle out words and my brain was just spitting out dust. It was just like, I haven't got anything. But no, it's been an interesting few days. I'm hoping that the rest of the week will be more entertaining. Ollie's gone back to normal, if that makes sense, at school. Just the odd silly red slip. I feel like they're not giving him much time on things. It just says on there like they wanted him to put a book down and he didn't put the book down until they gave him a red slip for putting the book down. And I was like, you know, so that was been on my mind. I reckon I'll end up having a chat with them about some of that because I feel like they were getting it for a few weeks. The plan was all there, it was all working well, and now stuff's just changed ever so slightly. He seems all right though, he seems happy, he seems normal. He's starting to get a bit cheeky in that not cheeky, but he's decided that he wants Claire to put him to bed, or Claire to do this, or Claire to do that. Oh, and, you know, he asks if I can put Ben to bed while Mummy puts him to bed. And I'm like, oh, I see how it is. He's got a bit of a preference there now. I reckon it's because I'm probably more like, go do this, go do that. And he prefers the comfort of her just walking him through it all. But that's been interesting for me because I sat there teaching Ben to say different letters of the alphabet, sort of the noises of them, like k and a and b, and he's this close to talking now, which is starting to excite me a bit because I think I mentioned before we were ever so slightly worried. He's been very delayed on speaking. He's very, very delayed on speaking, and at this moment in time, he's starting to make noises. I got him to moo like a cow, and then I was trying to teach him to go moo mama, and he was doing that. So now Claire's becoming moo mama, which is quite funny. But no, it's been an interesting few days. Not loads has happened. I'm glad I got to just sit and play Pokemon with my mate and then board games with my mate for a bit. That's always nice. He bought Ollie a load of Pokemon cards, which Ollie was chuffed about. I thought they were here. I was going to pick them up, but I can't see them. I don't know where he's put them now. He's probably put them in his mountain of them upstairs. We need to learn how to play this game at one point or another because I think we've got all the tools to have an epic battle with them, but I have no idea how to play it at all. And I don't think I really want to be going to somewhere where they already play it because we look like massive noobs. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up because I don't want to waffle on too much. I would like some suggestions for videos of any questions people have about the whole process with Ollie would be welcome because I can do videos about them in times where there's not much going on. But also just videos that people wouldn't mind seeing, just topics would be nice because I don't want to keep harassing Kev. I just know he knows the pain. I sort of said to him, what do you do when nothing's really happening? Or the stuff I've done isn't like, oh, I climbed a mountain or I stopped a bank robbery or whatever. It's kind of day-to-day stuff with the odd stupid sheepdog thing thrown in. You know, it's more how socially awkward I am, and I have been very socially anxious and weird this week, and I think that's just because I've been feeling quite low and off. So yeah, I mean, whatever stuff that I can talk about in between would just be a useful nod. I did have a big list, but some of them just seemed, I tried to record them and they didn't really work. I wouldn't mind recording some in advance so they're just kind of entertaining videos. I'm in a weird position with it. I said to Kev, I really like doing videos. I really like the recording of them, the putting stuff up there, that sort of thing. It's, you know, it's a great thing that I really enjoy doing and want to do. But it drives me absolutely nuts when I don't know what to talk about and I don't want to be boring or I don't want to be whingy or whatever. And it's like, I want to put something out that people want to watch. And, it's just, it's such a silly challenge. I don't know. Again, I'm my own worst enemy because I do it to myself and I get overly worried about it when I bet if I just put the camera on and started talking, eventually I'd put something out that I'd be happy with. But, yeah, whatever. Just help, suggestions, welcome, tips, whatever you want, questions answered. Yeah. I'm going to stop talking. Thanks for watching. I'll see you probably tomorrow, actually, because I want to keep my routine on Monday, Wednesday, and then, you know, so forth. Yeah. Cheers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, bye.